So for you to get an admission in a UK university, you need some vital documents. However, after offering my educational services for quite a while, when I ask people for documents, they have no idea what I'm asking for. And also, when I even list the documents that I require, they keep sending me documents that look very, very funny. And if I upload those documents as they sent it to me, they might not get an offer. So in this video, I'll be sharing the documents that you need and what you should do to increase your chances of getting an admission. So if you want to know more about the documents that you require to get an admission in a UK university, please keep on watching.
Everybody know I'm a visual. Yeah, I kill it cold like a criminal. I'm everybody's type, but nobody can deny. Cause you know I get it, I'm getting freaky, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, get that freaky, I'm getting freaky, get it right.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi, aka Petite Diva, and I am a University of Nottingham alumni and also a Developing Solutions Scholarship Award winner. In this educational series, I talk about the UK admission process, I talk about the UK visa application process, I also talk about tips and tricks on how to enjoy your stay in the UK as an international student, and I also talk about tips and tricks on how to earn more money as an international student. So if you like videos such as this and you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to remind you that I offer some UK educational services. Now, I no longer accept any order for September 2023 application. Now, for January applications, I have already started accepting orders and I've even started applying for some people. Previously, I used to offer SOP writing and academic civil writing services separately, but right now I'm not doing that because I'm only offering the admission package, and the admission package comprises of me curating courses and schools that best fit you. Also, it includes me writing SOPs for the courses that you choose. It also includes me writing an academic CV to boost your chances of getting an offer, and also making the application so that your application is as smooth as possible. Now, I have about 2 packages. It depends on your educational background and work experience. Later on in the year, I would resume the academic CV writing alone service and the SOP writing alone services. But for now, I only have the admission package, and it's just 2 types. So if you want to use my services, please check the description box for my email address. You can contact me. After watching this video, you know the documents that you're supposed to send to me. So please send me those documents. I don't like when I see mails and people just write, I watched your video and I want to apply for this stuff. No document, no background, nothing, no course that you want to apply for, no idea of anything, just plain mail. Most of the time I don't reply back because I've said this countless times. Please send me your documents and also let me know your background and what you want to study in the UK before I would reply. Now, you can also join the Telegram group. The Telegram group is where it is. Now, I am going to separate September intake and January intake. Now, if you are going for January intake, you will find the link to the Telegram group, the first link to the Telegram group. Now, if you are for September intake, there's going to be a second link to the Telegram group. So there are 2 groups, one for January, one for September. Most of the people in September already have their offers. They are in the process of paying. Some are already getting their cash. So the discussion that would be made in the September group will not be so relevant to those that are just trying to get an admission. That is why the groups are separate. So please know the group that is more appropriate for your situation and join it. If you join the September group, you might be lost. but in the group we discuss a lot of things about the UK admission process and everything that you need to settle in the UK as an international student, and we discuss it real time. It is more current than these videos, so please check the description box for the appropriate Telegram group that suits you. And if you want to use my services after joining the group, you can send me a private message. However, when you join the group, you're going to be restricted for some days, and then you are supposed to use that time to read the comments that other people have made and also the pinned messages, so that you can catch up with the information shared in the group. Now, with all that said, let's get into this video. Now, you cannot apply for a postgraduate program in the UK without some documents, and sometimes people don't understand the importance of some of these documents. They just upload anything that they like. Most of the time when I ask for documents, some people send me some documents that are supposed to be properly scanned and clearly scanned, like as if they are sending it to their friends. They will snap the document on their floor or on their table, and everything is looking funny. And you want to apply for a postgraduate program in the UK that have standard, and you are sending that kind of picture. I have to tell them, go to a cyber cafe or something if you know you don't have the means to scan the pictures, so that it is clear, it is looking official, it's not looking funny. Another thing is, people submit incomplete documents and keep their fingers crossed and say, oh, I saw somebody do it, maybe they will give me an offer, and then when the response is negative, they are surprised. Why are you surprised? These people have a list of documents that they want to see. There is a reason why they want to see those documents. They want to know if you are qualified to study in that program or study in that school. So I don't know why you will want to submit incomplete documents and expect a miracle. Sometimes you might submit incomplete documents and still get an offer, but you find out why people who submit incomplete documents might get an offer, because there are some documents that are very, very important, and there are some documents that are not as important as some other documents at the initial stage, but are important later on. So later on in this video, you find out what I'm talking about. So let's get into the documents that you need. The first one you need is your certificate. That's either your bachelor's degree certificate, HND, ND, or PGD the certificate. This is very important. They need to know that you graduated. They need to know when you graduated. They need to know that, yes, this person is saying, okay, I graduated from this school. Where is it? Where is the evidence? Now, some people will submit statement of results because they might not have gotten their certificate, but it is very important that you submit your certificate. Now, submitting statement of results, yes, some people will get an offer, but it depends on the condition, or it depends on the background of the person. Now, for someone that is a doctor or a healthcare professional that already has a license, practicing license, if that person submits the practicing license along with other documents and submits a statement of results, that person is more likely to get an offer, because the license shows that the person has graduated, has done all that the professional association requires, and they are giving this person license to practice in a field. So that person might more likely get an offer and be told to later on upload the certificate. But if you have a third class, or you are in a non-professional or non-licensed field, you might not get an offer. You might be told to upload it before they even proceed with the application. So that's something to consider. The next one is the transcript. The transcript is very important because they need to know what courses that you studied when you were in school. They need to know if you have the transferable skills that will make you a good candidate for the program. Now, it is very important for courses that you know are not directly linked to your first degree. So if you're doing a conversion course, they would want to see your transcript to know if you have the capability to study that course, to study the new course. So you find out that some schools would want transcript before they even proceed with your considering your application. Now you can use your student copy for most schools, but sometimes some schools, after giving you a conditional offer, will tell you that they want the official transcript from your school, but you might get the conditional offer. Some schools don't mind. Student copy is enough for them to give you an offer or check to see that you are best fit for the course and give you the offer. So transcript is important. Please, all your documents should be scanned appropriately, and you can also make them in PDF format. The third one is the English proficiency test, and that is either your WAEC, NECO, or IELTS. Now for WAEC and NECO, most schools will require that you have above C6, so no D, no E, no F, so it's 6.6. Some courses might say above B3. Yes, some courses in some school that will say they accept 6.6 will say that they need B3 because the English requirement is higher because of the course. So some courses like health courses, you might find that they'll tell you that you need to get B3 before you get an unconditional offer. Now some schools will require you to send WAEC or NECO scratch card. Yes, scratch card. Schools like NTU, Nottingham Trent University, LBU, Leeds Beckett University, Hull, University of Hull, and I think University of Westminster would want you to send a scratch card so that they can confirm that your NECO or WAEC is actually original, because some people submit fake. So they would want that before they give you an unconditional offer. So please note that you might need scratch card for some schools. And then for IELTS, most schools will say you must get a band score above 6.5. So now you're supposed to get 6.5 band score with not less than 5.5 in each aspect. If you've done IELTS, you understand what I'm saying, because there are 4 sections for the test. So the reading, the listening, the writing, and the speaking. So you're supposed to get nothing less than 5.5 in each of them, and a total band score of 6.5. Some courses might say 6.0, but most of the time is 6.5. So please note that. And also you know that your IELTS is not supposed to be older than 2 years. If it's older than 2 years, they might reject it. Some might accept it. Maybe if it's like 3 years or 2 years and some months, they might accept it. But if it's older than like 3 years, 5 years, they might not accept it. It depends on the school. Now the next document that I need is a CV. Now this CV is supposed to show what you have done before and some of your personal details. Now it's not all schools that will require CV. Some schools don't require CV and some require it. Now in some schools, some courses require CV and some courses don't require CV. Now for University of Hull, if you're applying for business management, you don't need a CV. If you're applying for mechanical engineering, you don't need a CV. But if you're applying for courses like education or social research, you need a CV. Now I've seen some CVs and I think people don't understand that the UK standard is different. Now I'm going to mention some of the things that should be included in your CV. Now for your CV, you should include your name, yes, your name, your home address, your phone number with your country code. Now for Nigeria it's +234, for Ghana is +233. So you should include that country code. You should also include your email address, and then you should include your educational qualification. You don't necessarily need to include your primary school certification, whatever, just your undergraduate. That's either your ND, HND, or bachelor's degree. If you have a PGD, you can include that. Remember, you're supposed to include it in a timely manner. That is the latest qualification first before others. You're also supposed to include your work experience. With work experience, it is the present or current place that you are working first. I've seen some people include the one they did first. Like if you started working in 2015, you include that first. No, it should be from current to past experience. So if you are working somewhere from 2020 till now, please, that should be the first thing you include. You write, then what you did before 2020. If you have gaps, you need to fill in. Your work experience cannot look like, oh, from 2020 to 2023, or currently you are doing this. Then the next work experience that you have 2016 to 2018. What happened to 2018 to 2020? You need to fill it up. Either you are doing volunteering or something, but you need to show it. If you have too much gap, some schools will tell you to submit the CV again and show what you've been doing in between. So please note that. Also, what you can include in your CV, especially if you have a professional certification or you have a license like a healthcare worker, you need to include your license. So you're going to include your professional organization. So now for Nigeria, for pharmacists, we are registered by the Pharmacists Council of Nigeria. So, and we have a license. So you're going to include that and your license number. Doctors have their own medcan and then the license number. Also, you're supposed to include your hobbies, volunteer experience, and the rest, and then referees, details of your referees. Now, I have other things that I include for my CV for my clients, but it's based on their profile. So when I look at your profile, I'll know whether to include this or include that and the rest. So, but this is basic what you should include in your CV. Please, no religion, no date of birth, no state of origin, no nationality. It's not necessary. Now, for my clients, I want those things because I'm going to input them when I'm doing the application. But for your CV that you are uploading for application, please don't do that. Don't include it in your CV. Now, the next thing is your international passport. The international passport is not as important as the others when applying, but when you want to get your CAS, you will need a current international passport. So I've applied for clients without their passport because they were still in the process of getting a current one, and they actually got conditional offer with the condition that they should upload a current passport. By the time their passport was ready, they just uploaded it, they sent it to their school, and then they got their unconditional offer, they paid and everything. So please, international passport is not necessarily important to apply, but by the time you are getting your CAS, you need that current passport. If not, you will not be given a CAS. The next one is statement of purpose or personal statement. Now, I have 2 videos on how to write a statement of purpose. Please check the videos. I will leave the link to the videos in the description box or in the comment section. Here I talked about what to include, what not to include, how to structure your personal statement. So it is very important that you upload a good personal statement because that's what sells you to the school. That's what makes them know that you are best fit for the course. So please try and check out those videos if you want to know how to write a statement of purpose that would wow the admission officer. So I will leave the link in the description box or the comment section so that you can check those videos out. Now, the next thing that is needed, the next document that you might need, is a reference letter or 2 reference letters. Now, for some schools, they don't need reference letters. Schools like NTU, some courses don't require it. Now, some courses, if they require it, they will send you a mail that you should upload your reference letter. So now, a lot of people don't understand what a reference letter is supposed to look like. Number 1, for reference letter, it can be a professional reference letter that is from your workplace or an academic reference letter that is from your school. That's your undergraduate school, so either your polytechnic or university. Now, reference letters are not supposed to be written on just a plain white sheet. It's supposed to be typed and signed on a letter-headed paper. So if you are getting a professional reference letter, that means the company's name is supposed to be boldly written on the paper. It's supposed to be the company's official letter-headed paper. So it has the company's name, logo, email address, and everything else. Then the person writing the reference letter for you and the person being your referee is supposed to also put the full name, personal email, phone number, and it should be signed. Most of the time they say the reference letter should not be older than, I think, 6 months or a year. So it's not something that you bring a reference letter of 2015 in 2023. So you have to know that, because I see a lot of people, when I ask for reference letter, people will be sending me plain sheet with somebody writing. I'm like, no. And now it's not handwritten, as you know. It's supposed to be typed, but the signature, the person is supposed to sign. Now also for the academic reference, it should be from one of your lecturers or a lecturer in your department. So it might not be someone that taught you directly, but should be someone in your department, because sometimes, you know, lecturers change and you might have met the lecturer later on. The academic reference is supposed to talk about your academic qualification and your academic capability, some of the qualities that you had when you were in school, how long the person has known you, and the person is vouching that you are a good person, a great student, and that you have the capability and capacity to cope with the course that you are applying for. The professional reference is supposed to talk about your capacity as a person, as a professional, what you've been doing, some of the duties you've been doing while at work, your personal qualities. Are you hardworking? Are you quick to learn? And do you interact with your co-workers? Are you someone that mentors your co-worker, that is always willing to help? Things like that. It's not supposed to be your friend that should write. Even if it's your friend at work, the person is not supposed to come across as a friend. It's supposed to come across as a colleague. So it's not, I've known her as a friend. No, I've known her as a colleague. I've known her as a junior staff, that blah 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 and blah. So it's just supposed to let them know that, oh, you've been working in a place, you have this capacity, you have this capability, you have this quality, and that you would do well as a student in the postgraduate program. Then also, because you might want to apply for a lot of courses, which I recommend applying for a lot of courses. Now, if your reference letter is directed to a particular school, you will not be able to use it for another school. And if you, in the reference letter, a particular course is mentioned, you will not be able to use it for another course. So I recommend just having a heading of to whom it may concern, so that you can address it or upload it or use it for several schools, and that the program, when the referee is talking about it, just say a master's program or postgraduate program, not say masters of public health in this one, and then you want to apply for masters of science in biomedical science. You definitely will not be able to use that masters of public health reference letter for a masters of science in biomedical science course. So that is what I advise people should do to help, because if you are going back to your referees every time you want to apply for a course, it's going to be very annoying to them and they might not want to answer you. So please note that. The next document that might be required, and this is only for a certain set of people, and that is the married women who have changed their name. Now, most likely when you are an undergrad, you are single, and after you married, now your undergrad is going to have your father's name as your single name before you change to your married name, and they want to know that the person that is applying with the married name is also the person that has the bachelor's degree or the certificate and transcript from the undergrad. So they are going to ask for an evidence of you changing your name through marriage. Previously, just uploading affidavit of change of name was okay, but I had a client that applied with just the affidavit of change of name, and a mail was sent back to her that they will accept it, but in their experience they've noticed that the UK VI, that's the UK Visa and Immigration Office, used to have a problem with just you uploading the affidavit for change of name or to show that you are married. So they requested for other evidence, so we had to send her marriage certificate and newspaper publication of change of name. So now I don't just only accept affidavit of change of name, I would require your marriage certificate and, if possible, your newspaper publication for change of name. So if you are married, I would suggest that you upload those things, not only the affidavit, because the marriage certificate is actually going to show that you are married, because it will have your husband's name and have your name, because when you are filling the marriage certificates, you have to write all those things, so it will show, oh, this person actually is the person that married and has changed her name. So if you are married, that is an extra document you have to upload, because to be requested for, even if you're giving a conditional offer, that would be one of your conditions, to upload your marriage certificate or evidence of change of name. Another document that is not necessary and does not apply to everyone is a professional license or certification that you have. Now, this is for those that have it. If you have a license, like if you are a doctor, optometrist, dentist, pharmacist, nurse, and the rest, you are expected to upload it. And why I always upload it is to show that, yes, I am practicing, I am registered, my school was accredited. Now, I had someone in the group who, I think she's an optometrist, she didn't upload a license. She had a practicing license. She didn't upload a license when she was applying for a course. And one of her conditions was to bring a letter from our school saying that the school is accredited. Now, I asked her, do you have a license? Because she's not from Nigeria. And she was like, yes, she has a license and everything. I was like, oh, for me, when I'm applying for my clients that are professionals with license, practicing license, I always upload it. And my reason is that if you have a practicing license, it means that your school was accredited. If your school is not accredited, no professional association or organization would give you a practicing license, and that is the truth in all countries. So if you have a practicing license and they see it, oh, this is a practicing license, even if it is expired, if it's not for that year, if it's 2022, 2021, as long as you have a license with the license number and everything, that they can easily verify, they will say, oh, the school was definitely accredited for them to have inducted you or put you, or whatever in my case, it will be inducted you and accepted you into the professional association. So I would always recommend that you upload your license, even if it is not required. So basically, that's all the documents that you would require. Now, sometimes you might be asked for some extra things. It depends on your course. Now, some courses, they might tell you to upload a portfolio. That's for people that are in the creative industry. So that aside, if you're in the creative industry, you would know that you might upload a portfolio, especially if you're doing fashion design or something that involves showing your previous work. So you might be told to upload that. But basically, these are the documents that you are required to upload to help smoothing your application process and increase your chances of getting an offer. Now, some schools, there are some things that they might not see, and they'll still give you a conditional offer and then tell you to upload it later. Some, because they are not in the mood for anything, will just give you outright rejection. So I always advise, please upload all the documents that you need so that you can put your best foot forward and increase your chances of getting an offer. So that is all for today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope it was very useful. I hope you start compiling all your documents together, and then I hope you start applying, because it is time for you to apply for January courses. Apply now so that you can increase your chances of getting an offer. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you are notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.